video is not going to have any spoilers because my theory about when you all are going to see it, my theory is most of you aren't going to see this movie in the first week, maybe not even in the second week if you're like me and you're like going in a movie theater when it's, you know, not so packed. So this one is completely spoiler free. It just talks about what to expect, some of the things you might expect from Infinity Wars and some of how the movie went without any actual spoilers and just a lot of the feelings of the plot of the movie. Again, no spoilers. All right, so I left the early screening, I left the review screening. I gave out all my tissues. Literally, there were grown men and women who were in tears at the end of this movie. I wish I was kidding. And for some of you, you're gonna say, well, Sarah, was it really that emotional? Was it really that necessary? And I think if you're really, really entrenched in Avengers, then yeah. And the ending took you to a place you didn't expect you were going, and I think that's why most people had their tears. And if this is a long movie, you know, if you look at the runtime, you think, oh, this is like a really long and full movie, and for good reason. The premise of the movie is you're dealing with grief and you're dealing with when to fight back, how to fight back, when to let go, and they're wrapping up this franchise. So they give you a lot. In the beginning, they give you we're in mourning. There's literally, you could layer this movie into like stages of grief. You could go into, you know, they're running through the stages of grief in this movie, especially at the beginning and the middle. And then the end, it's basically a fight back sequence, which that's most superhero movies. Like, let's not kid ourselves. But the end of this one has a twist, which people were not expecting. And a big part of the ending is it gives people, and some people have said this is a spoiler, I don't think it is, where with the plot lines, with the storylines, it ends up looking like they can spin, and it makes perfect sense, they can spin this movie off into other franchises and take the characters and go somewhere else with them. Which, since this story is done, that makes the utmost sense in the writing. So while it was long, there were some things about this movie that really interest me. It was funnier than I expected it to be, and I saw that from a lot of the laughing going on in the movie theater. You really weren't expecting it to be this funny. My theory is it was this funny because of the build-up and what happens throughout the movie. They want to make you laugh, they want to give you a sense of joy, but then they hit you with a punch. So I feel like they timed and mixed a lot of the humor into this movie for a very, very good reason. It might not have fit exactly in the plot, but it fit with the tone of the movie. There was a criticism I saw online where the whole movie is spelled out in the trailer. I 100% disagree with that. What it's trying to do in the trailer is it's been a minute since Infinity War was out. It's trying to refresh your memory, and then it's trying to give you a taste of what they're going to do in this movie and where it's going. It is not a spoiler because they don't show you what's going to happen. They just show you, look, we're in grief, we're going through that, and then there's, you know, the ultimate showdown. That's it. That's the premise of the movie. I don't think it gives anything away, and I don't think the whole movie is in that trailer, especially the last 1/3 of it. I think it's just trying to make it easier for people to follow, like, hey, in case you've forgotten, you know, where we were in Infinity Wars, this is what happened, and this is where we're going. I'm always concerned with ensemble movies, the way it can get muddied and convoluted. You know, sometimes they can stuff too much in a movie. This is the last one, so you're wondering if they're packing in too much. You're wondering if it gets, you know, sloppy and bogged down. It doesn't. It was not convoluted at all. It was beautifully written, and all of the external characters, these characters that come in for this one, Ant-Man, War Machine, Captain Marvel, all of these characters that come in serve a great purpose. And they have to pick up, think of what they have to, think of who they're, picking up for. Star-Lord, some of these other major characters, Spider-Man, who's died. You're looking to these other characters to like fill a void for them. And they do an incredible job. And in the fight sequence, there's a lot of heavy lifting to be done from characters who you're like, I don't know how this matches up, because I don't think, they have the, I don't think they have the punch to, go up when you need more of it, you need a Star-Lord. But they actually do pick up the movie and elevate the movie and rise it up and, give you that foundation that you're going to need. You're going into a very nasty fight, and you're not, because it's the last series, you don't know sincerely what's going to happen. You honestly think, you know what? They could all just, more people could die, this whole thing could burn down. It's the last one. So you're not sure where it's going. And I think in the middle of the movie, that's one of the best feelings. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll say this about the Avengers. In the beginning, and coming from the comic books, the first Avenger movie to me was just okay. I'm more of a Watchmen person. Watchmen to me is the ultimate bar. I don't think anyone has touched it yet. This one comes very, very, very damn close. But to me, Watchmen is the ultimate bar. I love the X-Men, the comics book and the cartoon series, not the movies. That one is, again, I like the, multiple characters. I like the ensembles. I like that type of writing. But it can get quashy, and it can get, it can get too much. Some of the times the storylines just go off in different directions. But I liked Infinity War a lot more than I liked the first Avengers movie. And then this one to me, Infinity War was stupendous. And then this one to me was just like, they really got the writing right. Because I keep telling you, you're dealing with bringing in new characters, fitting them in, and making sure they work in the storyline, and make sure they serve a purpose, and making sure they don't, it's not like, you don't want to feel like it's a filler. You don't want to feel like this person is just filling in for the character we're waiting to see, or the arc we're waiting to find out on. You want to make sure they serve the plot. And they really do. And the writing is stupendous, and I just want to say this as we close. The ending to this series is the gut punch. It's like a punch in the gut that I think you weren't expecting it, you didn't know it was coming, and then it comes, and then you're just left like, you're just left sitting there like, oh. And again, some people are gonna cry. Some people are gonna start crying before the end of this movie just because of the way it's written. But this is, and you can think about comic books and think about writing about comic books, they're supposed to mirror real life. So it does mirror real life in grief and in heartache and in, fighting back. You have all those plot points, which are amazing. And then you have the ending, which is just, you're just sullen and you're hollowed out. Hollowed out seems to be the perfect way to explain the ending. You become hollowed out at the end. Not in a horrible way, just in a way that it is the story and you accept it, because that's what endings are. It's, the final of something. So I'll say this, and it's extremely well written, but when you hit that ending, you're just gonna feel like, wow, whoa, and what a ride, what a ride. And the hopefulness in it is that it looks like other characters are going off on new treks, and you get a piece of that from this story. You get a piece of where that trek is going. So, and that's nice. And again, that's another plot line you could put in too, like new beginnings. It parallels really well. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this movie a 9.5. It is just that good. beautifully filmed and edited. It doesn't rely, which is so easy with superhero movies, it doesn't rely on the CGI, it doesn't rely on, you know, over editing, it doesn't rely on any of that. It relies on the story and the arc and the acting. But that story arc is just, it's very good in this movie. And it's very fast paced. It just, the beginning starts off, gives you a little backstory, gives you a little bit of, you know, where they are right now in mourning. And then the damn movie takes off. Like, it's very fast paced. Which is a good thing, because they gotta get a lot in. And it almost sets pace like we're going, boom. Beautiful pacing in this movie. Really well done. I give it a 9.5. It's so well done. I think one of the little heroes of this movie, and one of the two surprise people to me, or, and as always, I always like Rocket Raccoon. I feel like he balances out and gives you the humor you're gonna need for, you know, to compel you through the movie. And Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, did extremely well coming into this, you know, already fulfilled cast. She did extremely well. So, and Ant-Man, you're gonna be surprised at how powerful Ant-Man comes out to be, I think. I don't think I've said too much in that one. Let me stop talking now. Alright guys, so let me know what you think of this movie, and let me know when you're gonna see it. It's got the greatest show on earth. Live long and prosper. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Poke, poke, poke. You could even parallel it in a way. Maybe I need to expand on this more. But you could also parallel this to Game of Thrones and the fight coming up there with them and what's going on here.